influenced by Gil.
You're darn right he better be, boy.
We're live.
I learned from his father. His father taught me.
Yeah, we're live, Mr. Chairman.
By Gil. You're darn right he better be, boy. We're live. I learned from his father.
Bill, are you still on?
Yeah, did he just disappear?
He did.
Oh, when the thing came up on his screen, it says accept or leave meeting. So I'll have to rejoin if anyone else. I don't even know who's the vice chair.
There he is. He's coming back in. Oh, no, that's Mark. Oh, no.
No, the 21. There he is.
I lost everyone. Are you there?
We're here.
We're here. We're all set, sir. You're live.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Well, good evening, everyone. We have 10 items on the, I think it's 10 items on the agenda. We'll get started. If a council will read the roll call for us.
Sure, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Clay,
Present.
Beston,
Here.
Camisso,
Here.
Demalowitz,
Here.
Efacoro,
Here.
Ethier,
Here.
Collins,
Here.
Lockhart,
Here.
and Ward.
Here.
All present, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much, Councilor. I'd like to officially start the public safety meeting for June 30th. We have a quorum, and I'd like to get a motion to for the previous minutes, if I could, please.
I'll make a motion, Mr. Chairman.
May I have a second?
Second.
Motion made and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for your presence this beautiful afternoon, and we'll try to get this done quickly. Counselor, would you start the agenda for us, please?
Sure, Mr. Chairman. Under previous business, item 2 is a public hearing on proposed local law number B for 2022. This item is tabled at the request of the sponsor pending further receipt of further information. Item 3 is public hearing on proposed local law number C related to catalytic converters. This is also tabled at the request of sponsor. Same for item 4 and item 5 are both tabled at the request of sponsor in connection with what I just said. Item 6 is public hearing on local law number F for 2022, a local law of the County of Albany requiring all weapon and/or firearm dealers to post disclosures regarding safety risks from firearms. And I believe Mr. Reedy is here this evening.
Okay, Mr. Reedy?
Hey, thanks, Chairman and Council, and good evening, everyone. Honored to join you all. So I think we're passing out, putting this up for a public hearing, and as we discussed when this bill got introduced at our last county ledge meeting, I think it's a fairly simple and straightforward measure that we can take to help prevent gun violence, requiring any firearm dealer to post a warning along with contact info for emergency services. There are, from its introduction to now, there are some updates on the language just to conform with some state definitions. And we did add in when individuals purchase firearms from firearm dealers, they'll be given a copy of the warning as well. And with that, happy to take any questions.
Okay, thank you, sir. Are there any questions in regards to this particular item? If there are
What is
any,
the public hearing?
I believe it would be July 27th if it's approved tonight.
I believe it's July 26th at 7:15. It's the Tuesday.
So we're voting to have the public hearing, is that correct?
Yes.
Correct.
All in favor?
Did you,
I'm sorry, may I have a motion on this item, please?
I make a motion for public hearing.
May I have a second? Motion's made and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you.
Thanks,
Motion,
everyone. Thanks, Chairman.
Counselor?
All right. Item 7 is amending the 2022 Albany County budget to establish a countywide public safety explorers program. And Mr. O'Brien is here this evening.
And also Mr. Bruschi is here. Nathan, if you want to take off, lead off.
Yeah, I think Colony has been really blessed to have a very vibrant program there. With the fire departments on Shaker Road. It's a great pathway for local youth to get involved. Before my time in the county legislature, Legislator O'Brien was key in getting grants for them, and then we've helped to continue doing that. And so we're working through the sheriff's office on this countywide program. It's like the next logical step. It's a great idea. We're expanding it. I think it's a great pathway to get more local people involved in public safety. It's great for the county, and that I think it makes for a safer county. There's no smarter investment to put the money into the county's youth.
Okay, thank you.
I just want to add to that is that both of these Shaker Road and also West Albany have been in existence for decades and have produced for the local city of Albany and other municipalities, firefighters. Currently, there's one from Cohoes. A young man from Cohoes is going through the Explorer program in Shaker Road. Another gentleman that went through it is from Waterville Elite. I won't mention names, but he went on to the University of New Haven, where he's specializing in fire services. So it's a nice program for young people, men and women, a lot of women, and numerous of them, at least 10 have gone through and have ended up being firemen in the city of Albany or Cohoes and so on and so forth. So
Thank you. Thank you, Joe. Any other comments or questions?
I have a question, Bill.
Yes, Gary.
What is the $15,000 going to be used for?
to establish, it's going to be establishing a countywide program. Already Selkirk has reached out to West Albany to try to set up a program. It's a seed money to try to develop programs.
Any other questions?
Well, I didn't get answered. I mean, are you buying materials? Is there salaries being paid? What is it for?
The Explore program, there's no salaries. They're 14-year-old kids, and they go through it's for materials.
We do training, recruiting. I don't know if the uniform budget comes out of that. But there's a lot of equipment that kind of goes into this program in the past, and in Shaker Road, that's what a lot of the fundings has gone to.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Is there anyone else?
Yeah,
Any
Mr.
other
Chairman.
questions?
Mr. Chairman.
Yes, Mark.
Yeah, is this a one-year appropriation, or would be this a recurring expense?
As of right now, it's just 1 year.
Okay, for startup, I guess, basically.
Yeah.
Now, I think Dublin has had a very vibrant Explorers program for quite some time. Will they get any money, any part of this money?
Again, this is through the sheriff's department, and again, they can certainly reach out to the sheriff if they needed some funds. $15,000 will not go far in today's world, but if,
Most of the existing programs are also fire-based as opposed to, law enforcement sheriff's office. So it also might be kind of different.
No, the Gildan Explorers,
coverages.
it's police, and it's been quite a prominent program for quite some time.
this is strictly for firefighters and EMS.
Okay, so it doesn't include police at all?
No,
Okay,
this is strictly for firefighters and EMS.
okay,
Sheriff
thanks,
Purdy.
thanks,
Sheriff
everybody.
Purdy has one for police.
Any other questions or comments? If there aren't any, may I have a motion?
Motion, move it.
I have a
Second.
second, please. Motion's made in second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's carried. Thank you.
Thank you.
Counselor?
I want
Yeah.
to, just in closing, I just want to thank Chairman Joyce and his leadership and his staff, as well as Sheriff Apple and his staff. They really put this little program together. Hopefully, we're very successful in trying to recruit young men and women into the fire and EMS. So, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. Okay, Counselor?
Item 8 is local law F, the firearm warnings law. This is tabled pending public hearing. Item 9 is authorizing the submission of our grant application to the New York State Division of Homeland Security and Emergency Services regarding the state homeland security and law enforcement terrorism prevention programs.
Okay. Who speaks to that from the sheriff? Anybody?
I believe
Anyone?
it's Cameron Sagan from the exec's office or Pat Alderson were listed on the RLA.
So there's no one here to speak to the,
He's
Cam's
here,
there.
he's there. Just Cameron's here.
I can speak to it if he can. He has more in-depth knowledge, but I can follow up with him on details if necessary.
okay, Mike, go ahead.
All right. All right. So this grant is, you folks have seen it. This is the UOG, the Urban Area Working Group, that the federal government sends money to us. And it's split up among the surrounding counties. This is our section of the funding. I believe it's in the $600,000 range. Cam, can I get a thumbs up? Okay, we got that. All right, $600,000 range, sorry. So it's gonna be split between IT, the sheriff, and who else?
I think Department of Health.
Thank you very much. And Department of Health. Yes, that's what it was. So for the sheriff, we're talking about emergency response. Some more traditional uses of the funding. I guess, unfortunately, traditional uses of funding for Department of Health as well, in the sense that it's also emergency response, but it is, infectious disease, pandemic type stuff. And for IT, it will be primarily cybersecurity, which is becoming increasingly a need in the county. Fortunately, knock on wood, we haven't been impacted, but I know folks are aware of the surrounding surrounding municipalities or entities that have. So that's what it is.
Any questions?
Motion, move it.
Second.
There's a motion on the floor and there's a second, but I'd just like to make a comment. If we have an item from the sheriff's department, I would appreciate someone from the sheriff's department that speaks to that item. Mike, I know you represent the county exec, but to me, that's not the sheriff. So, and I shall speak to the sheriff about it when I see him. Okay, next item, please.
Item 10 is authorizing the submission of a grant application to the New York State Division of Homeland Security and Emergency Services regarding the Hazard Mitigation Grant Program.
Sorry, Mr. Clay, for clarification, there was a motion and a second. Was there a vote?
Oh, I'm sorry. Did we vote on it?
Aye.
No.
No, I'm sorry. I apologize. May I have a vote, a motion on that item? What was it, 9?
Yes, the motion was made by Mr. Demolowitz and seconded by Mr. Ward.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Again, my apologies. Counselor?
I believe the item 10 it's for the hazard mitigation grant program. This is a executive item.
Yes.
I don't mind, huh?
So
Okay.
This is a request for authorization to apply for the FEMA Hazard Mitigation Grant Funds, Grant Program Funds. So this funding is to update multi-jurisdictional, multi-hazard mitigation plans to enhance the county's resilience posture, avoid loss of life, and reduce damages to property. So currently, the county's hazard mitigation plan will be expiring, and it'll also need to be updated and approved by FEMA, New York State Department of Homeland Security and Environmental, the county legislature, and the other municipalities. For the hazard mitigation plan, it's a prerequisite for future FEMA funding opportunities. So we need to really have that updated. This also is a grant renewal from the resolution number 230 from 2021. And then it'll be 75% federal to a 25% local cost share.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Are there any questions? If there aren't any, may I have a motion?
Make the motion.
May I have a second? Motion is made in second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is passed. Thank you. Counsel?
Item 11 is authorizing the submission of a grant application to the United States Department of Justice Office of Justice Programs regarding the comprehensive opioid stimulant and substance abuse program.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, this one is mine. So folks remember here, maybe a year or so ago, we came to you for what was known as the COSSIP grant. And so we're kind of coming back to you for another round of that the past grant was used to, what I'll say, reestablish the LEAD program, hire some new folks, which was done successfully. And they're off and running. The program is frankly functioning at a higher level than it ever has. But of course, with that success comes the need and the desire to expand it, which I think everyone agrees with. So this grant actually was really a major effort of those two new administrative heads of the program. And so we're asking permission to apply. I believe it's up to $1.5 million that we could be awarded. This would be used to expand capacity, more caseworkers, adding a lot more data analytics, which I know is a new or I guess an expanding tool that's being used for these sort of programs. And these sort of capabilities will allow us, if we're awarded, of course, to begin kind of going out to the surrounding municipalities beyond the city of Albany in implementing the LEAD program through working with local law enforcement. So that's what this particular application is for.
Thank you, Mike. Any questions? Comments? May I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Motion is made. May I have a second? The motion is made in second. All in favor?
Aye.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I just hear one aye.
Aye.
Aye, aye, aye. Aye, aye,
Okay,
Captain.
thank you. Opposed?
Demanding.
If there aren't any opposition, then the motion is passed. Thank you very much. I believe that's the last item on the agenda.
Motion adjourned.
Motion is made. May I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Is the heat keeping everyone from speaking today or what?